Hello, I'm Dr. Rishabh from Medical College Baroda. I secured rank 11 in INISET July 2021 session, and I'm a Marrow Pro user, and I use Marrow as my primary source of preparation. Among the faculties of Marrow, Dr. Rakesh Nair is my favorite of all. He has made medicine very interesting for me, and he can teach almost every subject apart from surgery and ortho. That is what I feel. I used to watch his videos on repeat when I had plan C during my first and during final year. So this was my internship attempt, and I passed out this year in March of 2021. And I started preparing for the competitive exams mainly from the first of my education. So yeah, I started preparing my own notes and I started solving question banks and tests. And I used to do that regularly along with my regular medical college classes. And during the internship, I was mainly focused on just revising my notes and solving question banks and giving tests. The grant tests I gave the grant tests regularly, and they helped in telling me where I stood. So that was very helpful to guide my preparation. So talking about grant tests, I used to try and give every grant test when it was live. If for somehow I could not give a grant test when it was live, I made it a point to give it afterwards. And the analytics were very helpful. They would help me to identify my weak spots, and I would have to brush up those subjects before the next grant test. So that way, I was always revising my weak subjects. And the ranking in the grant test was also very helpful because quite a few number of students give the grant test. So they can give you an idea of your ranking in the real exam. So I gave both the INISET mocks that were held this year, and I got the 39 rank in the last mock test. So that gave me a boost of confidence that I could do this in the real exam. And the questions that were there in the real exam, they were similar to the questions asked in the mock test, especially the clinical case scenarios. So that was really helpful. After I have solved a grant test, I would make it a point to go through all the questions, not only those which I got wrong, but which I had marked as guess answers and I had got right. So I would have to, so that I would improve on them and I would know the answers for sure. So when it comes to the QBank, I used to make it a point to solve at least 5 modules in a day. And if some days I could not solve, then I would try and catch up on the next day. Then there were marathons were being held. So those were also very helpful to provide motivation. I would always check how many I had solved and try to solve more. And when solving questions in the QBank, if I saw a question which I did not know the answer to or did not get right in the first go, I would bookmark them. Then while I was revising the QBank, I would solve those in exam mode again. So I would solve those bookmark questions again and again. That helped me to strengthen my preparation. Also in the QBank, there is a shake feature that if you shake your device, then the correct answer disappears. So sometimes I would go through all the questions in a module after shaking so that I would have to solve them again. And I use those different bookmarks also. I would star a few questions right. I would do a normal bookmark on a few questions depending on how I felt about their difficulty level. So that was really helpful. And I was eagerly waiting for that adaptive correction feature which is coming soon in Marrow. That would be really helpful to solve all our wrong questions. So I had a limit of solving minimum 5 modules in a day for the QBank, and the order of subjects was the same as we are taught in med school. I went from the first year subjects till the final year subjects, and in revision I once again started from the first year and ended up at the final year subjects. And the great thing about the QBank is that you can solve it anywhere you are. Just make sure to bookmark everything you get wrong and go home and write it down in your notes or add it somewhere that you can access it at the end. That would be really helpful. If you start early with Marrow and complete your QBank, then I advise resetting it. If you are 6 months into your internship, you can reset and do it again. I had reset it twice during my preparation. So if you start off early solving the QBank and are done if you are when you are 6 months into your internship, then I advise that you should reset your QBank at least once and solve the whole thing again. So that would be really helpful. That is what I feel. I had resetted my question bank. So for previous year questions, I used the ones that are provided in the QBank at the end, under the section of previous year papers. I did not go for any other source to look for previous year questions. I only solved those the same way I solved the entire QBank, and I revised those also once or twice. And for the preparation and revision period, I think I gave 9 months for the first reading, and then I used to revise. And then for revision, I progressively shortened my duration till I could revise the entire syllabus in under a month at least. So while I was preparing and revising, I made a list of things that I had to see at the last day, because those are classifications or scoring systems or staging systems. So I kept them for the last day. And 2 days before the exam, I had kept exclusively for those things which require rote learning. And for 2 days, I revised those things only, so that I would have a fresh memory and it won't take time to recall in the exam. So about Marrow, I was first initially introduced to it by a friend who had subscribed for Marrow. And as I went through the app, I liked the user interface very much. And the fact that we could go through the videos at our own pace and make our own notes. So I went for Plan C while I was in my first year, and the Plan C ended when my final year ended. I planned it such, and during my internship year, I bought the Plan B for the QBank and the tests. And as far as the app is concerned, the user interface is really good, and the app doesn't keep on crashing or have technical issues. So that helps, and all of the features are available and very helpful. And the tech support is also very good. Even when it was in its initial stages, if we would raise an issue, the tech team would revert us within a day or two, and the corrections would be written at the under of the video. So that was also really good. So bookmarks were by far my favorite feature in the QBank. And there are 3 bookmarks. I used to use those, like the toughest questions I used to mark with a right star. Then there were ones which I had a doubt regarding the explanation or the question, then I would use the question mark. And the normal questions in which I made a silly mistake or something else, then I would use that normal blue colored bookmark. So I used those 3 in that manner. So for medical students who are still in the undergraduate years, I suggest you start off early and stay consistent in your efforts to learn. So if you are in your second year, then it is the best time to start and make your second year solid, so that you will have a solid base for the final year subjects. Patho, Pharma and Micro are required in the final year, and if you have done them very well, then final year would be comparatively easy for you. And it's never too late to start off, but if you start off in the second year, it is the best, I feel. And if you are in the third first, then also you can start off and you can catch up your second year if you are lagging there, because third first has only 3 subjects and you get a lot of time relatively. That is what I feel. So, and in your final year and internship year, you have to give it everything, because you have to appear for the exam after internship. And hopefully there will not be any such delays as were our time due to COVID or any other reason. So regarding the continuous postponement of the exams, first the Jan exams got postponed, and everybody felt it was a relief that we got 3 months extra. Then after the April exam got postponed, everyone was very frustrated and everyone stopped reading. Even my friends around me, we all stopped reading for a few days. Then after a few days of anger, we realized that without studying, we are not going to get anywhere. So we have to study, and everybody supports each other. So we started studying and started preparing. And then the AIMS exam, INICET, that is got postponed to 1 month. And that was again very frustrating, but we have to keep at it. So yeah, there is no other choice. We have to keep on studying. Regarding the exam, I felt the exam had a mixed bag of questions. There were a few one-liners, there were a few two-step thinking questions, there were quite a few image-based questions. There was also match the following and multiple correct type of questions. So everything was asked in the 200 questions, And the two-step questions, they integrated 2 or 3 subjects into one question. So they are asking all the subjects regardless of the number of questions. So you have to be thorough with everything. And I attempted, I think, 193 questions. I left 7 questions. So after the exam, I felt good, but going home, I googled 1 or 2 questions and realized that I had committed a silly mistake. So yeah, that was a bad feeling. So then I decided to wait for the results to see how it went. Yeah, I was a part of Marolinks, but I feel that Facebook clubs bring a lot of unwanted noise. I prefer Instagram. I follow Maromed on Instagram, and I prefer that. So for the updates and the important information that keeps on coming, I use social media to keep track of it. But I was not a very big fan of Facebook clubs because I felt they bring a lot of noise with them. I liked the Instagram posts and I would follow them regularly. On Maromed's Instagram handle, I think a new MCQ was posted almost each day, and then a solution comes the day after. So yeah, I used to go through all of them, and all of them are image-based questions. So one should go through them. That helps in keeping you on track. And for breaks and relaxing, I think you should do whatever you like to do. You can watch Netflix. There is no such rule that you cannot watch TV. Just keep it limited and keep a break time that you have decided. If 30 minutes break, then don't extend it to 40 minutes, 50 minutes, 1 hour. Don't do that. Yeah. For those who are taking the NEET PG in September, this is what I would do. We have a few days over a month left. So utilize those few days to brush up all your weak subjects and keep a month for revision. For that month, you keep exclusively for revision and brush up on anything that you feel you are lagging in the remaining days before the exam. So that is how I would go about it. But then you have to know how much time you would require to revise the entire syllabus and keep that much time separate. On the night the results came, I was very scared and I did not check the results for half an hour. Then finally I gathered the courage and checked the results, and I rechecked it thrice because I couldn't believe my eyes. And it was a very surreal feeling. Then when I told my family, they were very elated and very happy. And I couldn't sleep till late in the night due to the excitement. And it was a different feeling altogether. So, and I hope to specialize in either medicine or radiology, and I hope to get a seat in AIIMS Delhi. And so, best of luck to everyone who is watching this video, and I hope that it is helpful to you in whatever way possible. Thank you.